and happy Saturday evening to all you fine
Oh,
folks.
come on, Marvin.
Huh? What'd you
Come
say?
on.
Can you hear me?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I didn't know
Yeah,
what
I
you
got you. I was trying to break it up on
We're coming to you live tonight and in color right here on Facebook and YouTube. You can't hear me?
me. Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
All
I
right, once
got
Go
you.
ahead.
again,
I got you. Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you what you look like. I just ain't gonna tell you.
I knew it was coming.
Where is Marvin? Where in
He's
the world
back.
are you tonight, Marvin?
I am in the parking lot of James Brown's last concert.
I thought he was full of formaldehyde. I didn't know he was having a going away concert.
I'm in the parking lot waiting to go in to see James Brown.
You know, they sometimes,
How
Marvin,
that
that you
turns
just
out.
look better. They sometimes you just look better doing radio, and this could be one of them
Yeah.
times.
I
I can't say.
See,
Oh, but only you can pull
can-
this off.
I can pull it off. I can pull it off.
Only you.
I can pull it off. All right, guys, we are live and in color, and we want you to like and share. Hit the like and share button if you're watching on Facebook. Hit the like and hit the share button. And we want you to be able to put the Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt on your feed so that everybody can know that you're watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports live and in color on Saturday night. It is March the 19th, 2022, and we're glad that you've chosen to join us in tonight as we are here each and every Saturday night to hopefully make your life a little bit more lighthearted, make you laugh a little bit, maybe bring you a little bit of news, and maybe give you a little bit of excitement. But we're glad you're joining us tonight. Hope you've had a great week this week, and want to let you know we're coming to you live from our studios remotely at the last James Brown concert, our studios in Thompsontown, Georgia, our studios in Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at the old fairgrounds at Gray Hodges Park in Dothan, Alabama. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, and 4 sunken islands live tonight in Itchyhoney, Pakistan, Cootermonger, Zimbabwe, and Slap Your Mammy, Egypt. Going out all across the great globe, reaching over 1.5 billion viewers each and every week, right here on Facebook and YouTube. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And guys, if for some reason you want to catch our rerun this week, we will follow at 8 o'clock Thursday night, following the Pentecostals of Alabama present the rebroadcast of the Great Squirrel Revival of 1989. That'll be on Thursday night, and we'll be on immediately following the rebroadcast of the Great Squirrel Revival of 1989. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the big screen, great big screen I'm talking about, this could be the biggest screen we've ever been on, 105 inches. Pure inches of LCD color. Packages, pickled pig's lips, plumbing supplies, piano tuning, plum winery, and potbelly pig processing in Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Rewind. Rewind. Yeah.
Pappy's pickled pig lips, plumbing supplies, piano tuning, plum winery, and potbelly pig processing in Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Man, we need to get over there.
Is that where you at?
No, I'm not in Pascagoula.
That's on the big screen.
Do what?
So that's on the big screen.
Oh, yeah,
Man.
105 inches.
I just wondered if you went over there to see it, they wouldn't let you in, so you had to sit in the back of the car or
Well,
the bus.
they let my family in. I'm in the cheap seats.
Uh-huh. That
I
ain't no
guess.
hearse you sitting in or nothing, is it?
No, it ain't no hearse. It's close to it, but it ain't a hearse.
Okay. All right. I just checking.
Yeah. Guys, we're glad you're joining us tonight. Don't forget, if you're watching and you're on Facebook, hit the like button, hit the share button, let everybody know that you're watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Guys, I want to go ahead and let you know we got a trivia contest coming up later on in the show. You have the opportunity to win a piece of Charlie Platt and Dirt Road Sports memorabilia, and you're able to, we will, if you don't live near us, we'll drop it in the mail to you on Monday, so you'll have it next week and can be using it all next week.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold. You said we'd drop it in the mail when?
Monday.
And they'd have it when?
Well, hopefully by this time next year they'll be able to enjoy
Sweet
it.
dreams, baby. That ain't gonna happen with the United States Postal Service.
Well, anyway, we're going to have a trivia time coming up later on. You're going to be able to win a Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports mug, and we'll come with that trivia question a little bit later. And also, we're going to have a representative joining us about 8:30 tonight to talk to us a little bit about the Peanut Proud Festival coming up Saturday, March the 26th in Blakely, Georgia. It'll be a great big day, and we'll be talking to one of their organizers, and they'll give us more details on what all to expect. Take it away, Charlie. Well, he lost.
He took it away.
He took it away.
Yeah, he took it away there. I don't know where he went. There he comes back on. Yeah.
It's great to have with us tonight. Back.
You took it away.
Just there we go.
Yeah.
Good to have Queasel back with us tonight, and
Yes,
great
sir.
to be over. And where is it? Pascagoula or Picayune, Mississippi? Where'd you say?
Pascagoula. We're in
Pascagoula
tonight.
Okay. Boy, I tell you what, can't hardly top that unless you get into politics somewhere. that I bet you they have got some nice hog hides over there. They say. I bet there's good tasting hog hides. No, it's great to have Queasel back, the whole crew back tonight. I don't know about y'all, but we had a young flood over here. As the old farmer said, the moisture has met over here in Houston, Henry County, all of southeast Alabama. We had anywhere from, I think, 4.5 was the lowest total I heard, up to probably 6 to 7 inches in some isolated cases. Now, last time I talked to Floyd had 3.5. Did you get another rain, Floyd?
Got a little rain. It rained. I got 3.5 showing in my gauge, and my neighbor over here right next door to me said he had 5 inches. So that's how. That's man. I tell you what, he had a shower come over top of him that now, and I got 3.5 and he got 5 inches. So I don't know if my gauge has got a hole in it or something, but something ain't coordinated between me and him without
all them numbers coming on 100% Flamingo Boulevard.
Oh yeah, right next door neighbor. Yeah.
Oh,
he's looking tonight. He come over here today and told me he got 5 inches, Floyd.
I said fence road to fence road.
I had 3.5 in mine, so I don't know. Sometimes a shower just sits somewhere and it just rain out. I'm talking about it'll pull it down, because I've seen it rain up to my fence row and quit, and several occasions on that. It'd be raining down there at the Babcock Silage Pit. You could hear it, you could feel that cool breeze coming off that. I'd be sitting over there at Mama and Daddy's house, looking across there, looking through them oak trees, looking across there. It stopped right there at that fence. Would not come over the fence.
Oh yeah. Well,
ain't one thing to do, and I should keep toting that pipe and pumping that diesel fuel and rolling up them rainbow travelers and making some more runs there, Bill. So anyway, I've seen it all kind of different ways, man. I've seen it rain. I've seen it rain hard, and I've seen it just come up. I used to call it a mold making rain. I'd get about a 1/2 or something like that. Then the sun come back out, and your peanuts would be damp, and the sun come back out and blister them. And anyway, I've seen everything. There ain't nothing new in farming. So any of you boys, y'all experience.
Yeah, there is a correction, Floyd. There is something new in farming. Farmers ain't never paid so much for fuel that they're paying for today, nor have they ever paid this much for fertilizer to get that crop out of the ground and make that crop.
Yeah, I know you get the fertilizer. That's going. Yeah, that might be an issue too if you can get your fertilizer a little bit later on. So yeah, if farming is a challenge, whichever way you want to look at it. My hat's off to y'all. Man, y'all tough. Y'all tough. Some tough individuals sit down there and look at them numbers and keep going. But hey, it's in your blood. It's in your DNA. And it's like I tell people in my business. It's your auction business. It's tough. It's just tough sometimes, man. It's kind of like auction business. Kind of like being in the desert. And you in the desert and you ain't got no water. And you crawling through the sand, that hot sand and everything. And man, if you could just get you a drink of water, just get you a little drink. And then all of a sudden, there it is. That oasis is right there, that cool water flowing. Man, you just fill up. Hey, man, just fill up on that water, and it tastes so good. Then you got to trek on. You got to trek across that desert some more. And then sometimes you'll stumble up on another oasis pretty quick. Yeah, to get you another fill of water. But then sometimes you keep going until you just about can't make another step. And there your oasis is. So that's kind of like farming. And I tell people, I say, this is the life I chose, and that farming is a life y'all chose. And man, y'all tough, y'all good.
They are.
Keep this country in
Marvin.
the head with
Yes, sir.
what all y'all have to endure. But my
Yes, sir.
hats off to y'all. But the rain was good. The rain was good. It wasn't
Yeah.
too much rain. It was good rain. It was a good rain. Getting some water in the ground, getting some water in these bottoms, and filling up these ponds and all. We need it.
Yep. Did you get the picture ready to go of those workers that I sent to you earlier in the week?
No, I got the sunsets and I got something else you sent, but I didn't. I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Hang on. I'll get it. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, this is my issue of the evening. The Alabama legislature is, I think, wrapping up, getting ready to wrap up. And they done passed the same law over here. I think we passed it first. Y'all passed it the next day about the gun deal. That's one issue going on. But I think everybody got a raise, and I think probably that raise money. Some of it could have come from the COVID money, that Uncle Joe Brandon is sending down to the states and the communities and things like that. But I sent Marvin a picture, and this is kind of always, we joke about this stuff sometimes, but sometimes we don't really need to be joking and look at it from a serious standpoint. We always talk about uh, workers for the state have a tendency, I'm just saying some have a tendency to be a little on the, well, they save their energy. Let's say that. They just don't work as hard as maybe some folks would like to see them work. Have you got it, Marvin?
I'm getting it. Just keep talking.
Okay. Set this up. I don't know exactly where this was taken, but it was taken here in the state of Alabama because the jackets that these guys have on, the ID is ALADOT, Alabama Department of Transportation. And a lot of times, I don't know if Georgia's the same, but over here we can ride down the road and see one man that appears to be actually exerting energy for a project, and about 6 to 7 others that are standing around, and I guess they are all supervisors or advisors or cheerleaders for the one man that's doing the work. Y'all ever see that over in Georgia?
Oh yeah, well, we
Oh,
got a saying. Yeah, they got a system. I'll tell you about it when you get through with your little deal.
oh, okay. Well,
Georgia's got a system. They got a system where eight takes 8 people to go mow side the road.
it took. There's one fella that's in a bucket truck in this particular photo that Marvin's looking up, and the bucket truck wasn't much more than head high. But I guarantee you, had the old boy fell out the bucket truck, he would have never hit the ground because there was enough of them out there to catch him and not even exert a whole lot of energy between the whole crowd watching him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that. Here we go. Here we go. You got one man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that's Meemaw's formula there. 1 to 6 ratio. One man works, 6 stand around watching, or maybe one of them's looking across the street at a good-looking gal walking down the sidewalk on the other side. I don't know the whole situation. I'm just trying to imagine what 6, maybe 7 there. I missed one, or maybe that's just a citizen that said, "Hey, something interesting going on here." They done draw a crowd with a bunch of yellow-looking jackets on. But that's the Aladot crew. Like I said, don't know where this was, but it was an actual picture that was on Facebook. And Floyd, what is y'all? You see Meemaw's formula over here, 1-to-6
Yep.
ratio.
Well, you got 8
6 to
there.
1.
Actually, y'all got the same ratio Georgia's got. You got 8 of them. Say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 8 of them.
I got it now. You're right. Now,
Same
what
thing.
is?
Georgia's got the same. They got the same. They got the same. The regulations in Georgia. They go out and mow. Mow side of the road. Takes
Yeah.
8. Takes 8 to go mow. So they go out there and they got the mowers, and then they had to bring the outhouses, and set them up out there. So if they had to have a toilet break or something, they got them right there. So they got them a system got worked out. They take 8 men and one mower. So here's the system they got. Y'all probably got the same thing. You got 2 coming, 2 going, 2 crapping, and 2 mowing.
Say it again. Rewind. You got what?
You got 2 coming, 2 going, 2 crapping, and 2 mowing. Georgia DOT.
Oh man. Only Floyd B. Lloyd could come up with that one.
Yeah,
Hey,
that goes way
hey.
back, man. That's an old one there. That's back when they had them
Okay.
old folks. That goes way back when they first started having outhouses, putting outhouses up. They figured that out. But they got to take an outhouse break.
I got a question for the 3 others on the panel. Have you ever heard the saying, and this is about scrambled eggs, when somebody, and I saw this happen this morning with Sam, Sherry brought him some eggs to his table, and he says, "I don't know, but I think one of them eggs may be addled." Floyd, you ever heard that? An
Yeah,
addled egg?
I've heard addled. I've heard of addled brains.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
We done got one tuned in to us here from the state employees. This is Melissa Coolidge. Oh,
yeah,
she
y'all need
coming
to
down
leave.
on us hard.
Hey, Moody, we need to leave Melissa alone now. Melissa works hard now.
We
Y'all,
gotta leave Melissa alone.
we
Everybody
ain't,
but Melissa. I'm gonna put it like that. Yeah,
we ain't
Melissa.
talking about Melissa tonight.
No,
I'm talking about the folks in Georgia.
Yeah.
I was talking about them Aladot folks, and I don't give a rat's rear end about what Melissa thinks. I know Melissa. Melissa, you know what we saying is the truth. We didn't say it was about the tax division of the state of Alabama. We said Aladot, Alabama Department of
DOT.
Transportation. So
Hey,
she's saying we can go.
come on with it, Melissa. Ain't no problem. We got you covered up. We still love you.
Hey, be good. Let's go. I'm fixing to go to an advertisement if y'all don't move on.
All right, go. Queasel, we want to
Yes,
know
sir.
where you were on special assignment last week and how the world are you doing?
Well, I've been on special assignment here for about going on 2 weeks. See, week before last, I had to chauffeur Marvin up to the Holy Land, and I had to spend about 3 days up there with him. And let me tell
Where the
y'all,
Holy Land? Where the Holy Land?
Holy
Whatever
Land.
you
That's right.
gonna
That's
move.
Athens, Georgia.
Uh-huh.
That's the Holy Land.
I knew
I think
that.
I've heard this story before. Hadn't you, Marvin? Charlie, y'all heard this story before?
He heard it. Marvin heard it again. I showed Marvin again right where Moses stood on the top of the hill.
That's it.
Oh,
That's the
I,
spot right
Oh,
there. I'm talking about the
I
look
Moses,
at
got
where
to
Moses stood.
stand where Moses stood.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So we was up there, and let me tell you, Marvin, I was proud of him. Marvin walked without stopping 2.3 miles.
uh-uh.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Yep.
did. He wanted to get a tour up there. We were in the Holy Land, but he actually wanted to go down and see the Promised Land. So he wanted to get a tour from our hotel. So I took him down through all that and took him by that, and he was walking. And he got down there at one point. Charlie got the feeling so good, he took his shoes off. Couldn't help it. He had to take his shoes. He was walking barefooted.
Holy
And
ground.
we come back, and everything went good. Had a good time. Had to cut it a little short. We kept getting conflicting reports about the weather, and my girls don't like to be at home by themselves when the weather is bad, and I don't neither. So we struck out a little bit early. But let me tell you what we done. Let me tell you about old Marvin here now. So we cruising on back, and we on this little back road coming. I don't know if you, Floyd. I don't know if Charlie's ever been or not. He goes over on that other place, but if you ever been out of Forsyth going to Athens on 83?
Yeah.
You know, it ain't
right
about
at Forsyth.
yeah. Every 10 foot there's a curve. You know, it ain't no real.
And a heel.
So we come whooping down through there, and then Marvin he reached over and punched him, and he said, "Look at him." He said, "When we get to Forsyth, you got to stop." I said, "For what?" He said, "You just got to stop." I said, "I ain't stopping at Forsyth. I ain't stopping." He said, "No." He said, there's a convenience store." I said, "There ain't." He says, "A brand new one. You got to stop." So anyhow, well, I didn't know. So anyhow, we stopped. But let me tell you what he done. He went in there and bought him. Now this a $6.50 bag of Raisinets. $6.50 now. So he pops that bag up. We going down the road. He just gnawing on yong, just look like a assembly line. So we get to Albany, and it's time to stop. And I look over, and he's raking, and I see him spitting at his hand and wiping down there in the seat. And I look over, and that rascal had just spilled about 7 or 8 or 10 Raisinets. And anyhow, you'll get the gist of the story in just a minute. So we come on home, and the next day we get ready to go. My wife, we going somewhere, and she was going to get the truck ride with me. So she got in the truck. Look, she said, what went on here? I said, well, Marvin was sitting over. She said, did he have another one of those elevator moments? I said, no. No, he didn't have no elevator moment, but he showed me today is a solid chocolate splat in my seat, that big around, that ain't nothing wanting to bring out. Nothing. Yeah. Raisin, the
chocolate,
Mr.
Chocolate and them raisins all ground
Mr.
down
Raisin
in there.
it.
Was this your personal vehicle or your?
No, he don't. No. No, this was on my fire. This was on my fire truck. We was on city business. Okay. We were for real on business. We wasn't joking around.
I was going to ask you, why would you do something like that? And I want to go back, and you finish the story, but that 2 point something miles, and he didn't have to stop and go to a toilet somewhere. Are you telling me that took place too?
No, I ain't joking. I'm proud of him. I was going to make him have to stop. I said he's going to have to stop and sit down somewhere, but he didn't. He went right on, and we went right on, and just done the little tour, and come back and ate a good supper, and we had a good trip. And last week, Dr. Breckenridge wanted some fish, so me and Chief Hope. Dr. Breckenridge had some of his kinfolk come down. So me and Chief Hope went over to his place over there on the creek, and we cooked him up some fish. And I'm going to tell you what, I ain't laughed so hard in my life. Him and Mr. Charles Bush, now they cut up and go at one another. That I told them, I said, we need to come over here and do the show one night. They fit right in there. They worse than we are. They just cut one another right on down to nothing. But you know, that's strange. I didn't even know Dr. Breckenridge, and a few years back, and Chief Hope got me hooked up with him being my doctor. Now, you know, we more than doctor. We friends, and he wanted some good fish, and we went over and fried up some fish, and man, we ate. He had a bunch of his kinfolks come down from, some of them from Kentucky and somewhere else, and we took them and fried them up. Some of them, you know, them brim that most folks would poke fun at, but about that big right there, any bigger than that, they ain't worth eating if you don't know the truth about it. And some catfish, and had a good time, and it just was just fun. And couldn't do the show because back in there you can't even get a cell phone signal. I mean, you are disconnected from the world. And I found out for about 3 or 4 hours that night that ain't a bad thing. You don't get one drop of signal. And we just had a good time. I missed y'all, and Dr. Breaker is so good to me. I just felt I wanted to do that for him, so we went over and done it and fixed it up and had a really good time. Got to meet his brother. He never knew him. Got to meet him and several of his kinfolks, and just had a good time. Laughed. That's what we doing. Laughed. Wasn't no ugly talk. Wasn't no dirty talk. Wasn't none of that. We just laughed and had a good time. Now, you talking about telling some stories? Them two gentlemen can tell some stories. They can flat tell them. So we had a good time. But I had to sign. They made me. They told me I had to sign a what's that thing where you
non-disclosure agreement.
Non-disclosure. I can't tell none of their stories. I can't tell them. Don't let me tell them. Said it might incriminate them. So I ain't gonna tell them. So I don't know where Marvin go. He must didn't like me telling the story about him and the raisins.
Hey, he's back.
I'm back.
He's off for a little while there.
Yeah, had to kind of have an ease on and off tonight because I'm.
Are you gonna deny or confirm my story?
I will confirm it. Yeah, I'll confirm it.
Hey, did you tell them about the little lady that you met up there at the checkout desk at the hotel?
Which one?
What?
You know the one I'm talking about, the one you was checking when you was checking out.
I'm trying to remember.
Let's go to a commercial, Marvin. Let's go into a commercial there.
I got you.
Oh, your guest, get your guest on there. Go ahead, get him lined up.
Who you gonna have to refresh my memory?
True story. Little old girl up there. Little old girl. She could have been 19 years old. I don't, maybe 20. I don't know. Just straight up like a beanpole. Said I had 2 masks on, and she was behind a plexiglass thing at the checkout. And Marvin had to now Marvin the big wheel. He don't just go to these conferences. Marvin had a speaking part at this conference, so he was up there speaking. So he had to have a late checkout to get his stuff out. So he went over there, and when he went to hand the woman, the little girl, the keys, he was handing her 2 keys, and he was trying to explain to her why he was giving her 2 keys. Well, she couldn't hear him. She had on 2 masks and behind a plexiglass thing. So Marvin, not trying, just being just as nice as he could be, he just kind of stepped around and stuck his head around to the side of that plexiglass. What she told you, Marvin?
She told me, she said, you need to get back across the counter.
She said, you are invading my personal space.
Whoa!
To the level that I am not comfortable.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly
what she said. Safe space. She's one of them safe space people.
Yeah.
She ain't never had to change a flat tire. No. I guarantee you, she ain't never had to change a flat tire or take out the trash. I promise you, she ain't never had to do that in her life.
No.
You could look at her and tell she ain't never had to do it. That was
I tell you, her life is scripted. It's scripted.
I tell you this. If I'd have owned that hotel and she'd have been working for me, she'd been on the employment line. You believe that? So he done nothing wrong.
Well, he's trying to communicate.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it. Guys, I want to talk just a little bit to you right now about the Peanut Proud Festival that will be coming up next weekend. That is Saturday, March the 26th in Blakely, Georgia. And we want to invite everybody out to the Peanut Proud Festival Saturday, March the 26th in Blakely, Georgia. And I am joined this evening by Mr. Mike Newberry, who is one of the organizers of the Peanut Proud Festival. And we're invited him on tonight to share just a little bit with us about what's going to be going on, a little bit of history about the Peanut Proud Festival, what all is going to be going on. Mike, good to see you tonight, brother. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, doing fine. Good. Thank y'all for inviting us to be on here tonight. Next Saturday will be a very special day in Blakely, Georgia. We'll have our 13th Peanut Proud Festival. It's the 14th year, but the 13th festival because of the COVID year. We have a full day of activities planned. Start early in the morning with a 5K and a fun run. all day long. Different things go on. We end up the night with a street dance with a group called the Atlanta All Stars. Very much a family event all day long and on into the night. So we just have all kinds of things going on.
And Mike, this is going to take place all on the downtown historic square of Blakely, Georgia, correct?
Yes, yes. Everything we do is right there on the square or right off the square. Our kid zone is right on the edge of the square. Our stage is on the east side of the square. So you can come and enjoy a whole day in Blakely, Georgia and never get off the square.
Wow. Mike, tell us a little bit about, if you will, how the Peanut Proud Festival got started. I know it was back several years ago when there was a deal with the salmonella outbreak, I believe it was, and the peanut industry had kind of taken some scars. And tell our audience a little bit about that.
Well, 2009, we had the salmonella issue, and that was traced back to Blakely, Georgia. And some people a lot smarter than I am came up with the idea of having a festival. It fairly quickly, within a year or so, got named the Peanut Proud Festival. And the whole reason to do that is not to ignore what had happened, but to move forward in the future and try our best to bring an industry back and bring a community back that had been scarred by that.
And it took a whole lot of people and took a whole lot of money to get that off the ground, to try to bring the peanut industry some positive press and to encourage. Now, I know also, and I know this is kind of getting a little bit off the Peanut Proud organization. I know during the hurricane and other natural disasters, I've seen tons of the Peanut Proud peanut butter that is put into the communities. I know during the Hurricane Michael, but that's not just Hurricane Michael. It's any natural disaster. Y'all ship peanut butter, or the Peanut Proud organization does, all over the world for natural disasters. Am I correct on that?
Yes, that is correct. In fact, we recently, the Peanut Proud group recently sent 64,000 jars of peanut butter into the Kentucky area where that tornado was. So that's something that Peanut Proud is very proud of. For $1, a jar of peanut butter can be delivered to a food bank somewhere to help somebody. So we're very pleased with that.
So it's more than just a festival to promote the peanuts. There's some philanthropic efforts on the backside as well.
It certainly is, and we're not just trying to promote peanut butter. We're trying to promote a whole industry. And in doing that, we're just fortunate to be able to promote that industry in our community of Blakely, Georgia. So we don't like to think of it as a festival in Blakely, Georgia, just a festival in Blakely, Georgia. We like to think of it as an industry festival that happens to be held in Blakely, Georgia.
Well, that is, and you said this is the 13th annual.
Yes, actually 14 years, 13 festivals is how we look at it, because we lost the COVID year.
Yeah, he lost them during the pandemic. We've been before. I know you have a huge parade. You got like a run. You got arts and crafts exhibitor, food galore, entertainment galore. I mean, it's a family-friendly atmosphere and something for the whole family.
Yes, certainly is. And we're especially proud of our afternoon entertainment. Our headliner this year is Clay Walker. Clay Walker's had 6 #1 singles and 4 platinum albums and 2 gold albums. So he's very much known in the country genre of music.
Wow, that is fascinating. And y'all have a website, peanutproudfestival.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, Peanut Proud Festival. We also have a Facebook page.
peanutproudfestival.com. You can visit them on their Facebook page. Mike, I want to tell you thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. We look forward to a great festival, and that festival is going to be this Saturday, the 26th of March in Blakely, Georgia, the Peanut Proud Festival. Mike, I hope you'll have a great festival, and again, thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much, Marvin.
want to invite all of you to the Peanut Proud Festival coming up next Saturday in Blakely, Georgia, 13th annual. And we hope all of you can be a part of that festival. Guys, have any of y'all been to that festival before?
Yeah, I hadn't been to that festival, but I've been to some events up there in Blakely, Georgia. You know, Blakely talking about all that entertainment there. Newberry talking about all that entertainment. Blakely, world renowned for entertainment. I mean, it goes way back. In fact, I'm looking up on my wall up here. I got a poster up here going way back now, talking about Blakely at the American Legion Hall there in Blakely, Georgia. They had all kind of groups in there. And I'm looking at my poster up here, and it's Billy Joe Royal, May
Whoa,
21st, 1971. And it
man.
was Freeman Lewis Fryer production. And I think it was about $2 to get in to see Billy Joe Royal. He put on a show. So Blakely is world renowned for doing all that entertainment and all up there. They've had Roger Buck Davis up there singing before up there at the American Legion.
What was
And all
that
kinds
too?
of, I think way back there one time I said when I was pretty young I went up there to a Carl and Pearl Butler concert up
Whoa.
there, in Blakely.
Why?
you
Why
say-
would?
They entertainment. Blakely is the entertainment hub around this part of the country. Colquitt never did have too much of that. They'd have every once in a while they'd have a little sing. Preacher Walton, he'd get up there on the square and sang, and he'd preach, and he had that boy here that could play that guitar and sang, and he had them loudspeakers up on top of his car. But we had entertainment too here in Colquitt. But Blakely, ooh man, there'd been some kind of rubbing going on up at that American Legion in Blakely.
Floyd, didn't you? Isn't that where you saw Dickie doing the don'ts?
Dickie doing the don'ts was playing that one night. Sure was. Yep.
Hey guys, before we
Getting
do
it
anything else, I need to go ahead and throw this out here. Our trivia contest, brand new. Our trivia contest. Let me remove Mike Newberry's name from right here. Trivia time. Somebody's going to win a Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports metal mug. We will mail it to you if we can't hand deliver it. All you got to do is text your answer to the number on the screen of our trivia question. Need to know who you are too, so if you would text your name along with that. All right, so here is tonight's trivia.
Hold it, Marvin. Marvin, hold it.
Go
What
ahead.
number are you going to take? The first correct answer? Because you going to have to send everybody that answered correctly a mug, and we ain't got that much money.
No. We can't afford to do that. It is the first person that texts the number 229-254-506. So with the correct answer, you need to send me the correct answer and your name. The first one to get it right, I've got the phone here, and I'll have it. I won't cheat. But here is the question for tonight. The question tonight, let me get to it here, is this trivia question. Name of the candidate that ran for governor of Georgia that traveled throughout the state of Georgia with a replica of an electric chair on a trailer towed behind the car. The first answer, text to that number with your name. Got it right here. Somebody's already done it. Mac Neese, who is this that has texted me? Man, that was quick. I didn't even hardly get it out of my mouth. Sherry Newberry texted it. Wow. He was sitting on go.
Tell me about it.
Oh, man. Now they coming all in here. Rufus. Oh, I didn't know. Was his name Rufus McNeese?
It's Rufus McNeese. That's him.
That's him.
Yep.
Wow. Well, hey guys, I appreciate y'all responding. We're going to have this each and every week, as long as the money will hold out to buy the mugs. Maybe 2 weeks, it may be 3 weeks. But anyway, we've had several to answer, but the winner is Miss Sherry Newberry. She wins the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show mug on Trivia Time with Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports. The correct answer is Mac McNeese. Let me show you this right here. Some of you will remember this. He also ran for Congress. This was his bumper sticker right here. Elect Mac McNeese, U.S. Congress 2nd District, right there.
He got beat. Sanford Bishop beat him. He didn't win. Sanford, that was rigged against the Mac. I voted for Mac. Sanford beat him. Sanford threw him out. Now, he did. Mac didn't do real good in the general election. Now I don't know how many votes he got, but he wasn't on the bottom of the list. He wasn't the last man. I tell you what, he fought a good fight. He got out there. And He spread the word, man, because
I don't know where
he had that
Charlie.
Eldorado Cadillac with that wheel, with that wooden electric chair on that trailer behind it back there, man. He was
Hey, you
traveling all
remember
over Georgia. He spread the
somebody
word.
stole it? You remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Somebody
So
stole it.
made the
Somebody stole the
news.
electric chair. Yeah,
Stole the electric chair,
stole
but
it from
that
him.
was it. That's Georgia. That's some of you folks in Alabama didn't know that, but we'll get y'all some Alabama questions over there. Marvin,
I got
give a shout out to the folks who made the mugs. They might give us
Yeah.
a discount on the next ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those mugs were made, and if you'd like to get one, man, they'll do like Queasel's got. They'll do one. They've got our logo already. If you want to get our logo on it, and that is at Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. They are the official supplier of all the dirt road sport memorabilia. Boys,
That's it.
before I shut up here, I do need to do one big shout out today. It is Lothario's 18th birthday today.
yeah.
And so I want to shout out to my son, Lothario Judson Thomas. There's a picture when he was a baby, and there's a picture just a few weeks back at Troy University when he was at the Honor Band Festival. And he is 18 years old today. And so I wanted to give a big shout out to my son, Judson Lothario Thomas.
That's
Tell
it.
him happy birthday.
Happy
Look here, I want
birthday.
to give another shout out too. I want to let Charlie tell this story. Tell us about our friend in Patmos, Charlie, what she was doing over there.
Who we talking about?
Stevie Donnelly.
They were over. I walked in the other night to eat supper at the grill on 431 in Headland, and he and his wife was in there, and he gave us a shout out and said they watch every Saturday night. So we appreciate them from Patmos, Georgia. Now I got a question for you, Floyd, before I forget it.
Right.
You read your poster up there. It said, who was the promoters of that concert again for Billy Joe Royal? There
Tom
we go.
Freeman and Louis Fryer.
You know what, Louis? Do you know who Louis Fryer was? Does that
Nope.
name sound familiar?
I've heard that. You tell you don't all the advertisement. Tom Freeman, Louis Fryer. They were big promoters.
Louis Fryer is a friend of mine on Facebook, and he may be watching tonight because he's watched before. He's from Montgomery, and he was the newsman at a little radio station called WBAM, Montgomery, Alabama, that burned it all over Southwest Georgia and Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida. And Louis has been retired for several years, but he, being with the Big Bam up there,
Yep.
I'm sure had the connections through the Big Bam shows with Billy Joe Royal, who I might add, I had the privilege of being a friend of myself. And he was a great, great musician, great vocal guy. When you get down to I Knew You When and Down in the Boondocks and all those things he did, he was one of the better voices back in the day. And we're talking about that 1971 period back there. So that's Louis, if you're watching up in Montgomery,
he was awesome.
hello to you.
We're gonna talk about the Big Bam shows one night. We're gonna talk about the Big Bam shows one night. Go ahead with that, Marvin, right there.
Well, I wanted to share this with you. Charlie actually sent this to me, but this was a TikTok video done by one of our loyal viewers' grandsons. Hayden Pickle, Mr. Charles and Miss Pam Pickle's grandson, did a TikTok video on this about the cost of fuel for farmers right now. And I think the video went viral. But as you can see, tank load of diesel in 2020 of September was 10,100, and one on March 11th, same size tanker, 33,750. The cost to fill up a tractor in 2022, $230 a day. Now at March 11th, $765 a day. And so that's quite a difference in the cost for our farmers to be able to grow crops and to try to feed America. Really, 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 really tough. And we need to be praying for our farmers this year because, listen, hey, without them, we won't eat.
That's it.
I like to eat too.
You know, Marvin, you just said that. And we all say it. And I'm just as bad as everybody else. But I don't think people get how much we need to pray. I just really don't think. I really don't. I ain't never been this uneasy about my surroundings. Now, and I ain't talking about right here Miller County, but I'm talking about my surroundings that I have in my whole life. I've never felt this uneasy. I just don't know. I ain't worried about it because the man that I believe in overcome the world. But still, you think about those farmers. Uh, they just can't, they just have been able to make it the last few years. Fuel is double, almost double, what it was just last year. But I'm gonna say this, and you can like me or not like me, but I'm just gonna tell it to you like it is. My governor went in there yesterday and signed the paperwork, and he's taking all the state taxes off at least through May the 31st. Now that ain't a whole heap, but that's more than anybody else has done, and I'm gonna have to give him credit. He stood up and done it, and I give our whole legislature, our House of Representatives, our Senate. It went through. Everybody supported it, and it's about I don't know 29-30 cents a gallon on gas and 40-45 cents a gallon. I think maybe a little more on diesel. Every little penny helps.
It helps.
We in a mess, folks. We in a mess.
Big mess.
Floyd, I saw you had some quail this week for a meal. Looks good right there now.
Let me tell you, y'all talking about I wouldn't live nowhere else in the world other than where I live right now. My neighbor called me. He said, "I got something for you." I said, "What you got?" "You got the picture of him there, Marvin?" I said, "Look at that. Look at that." That's what he brought over last night. That's what he brought over last night for me and Nadine. And them grits right there, them grits and them biscuits. I asked him about them biscuits. He told me the truth about them biscuits. He said them froze biscuits. He said, but his wife, Miss Ashley Rowland, she dialed them grits in now, buddy. And that coleslaw was perfect with it. But I want you to look how pretty them quail birds is. A lot of y'all folks out there looking at us probably don't know what quail is, but we do down here, over here in Southwest Georgia.
Man.
I got me some of that Salhatchie cane syrup right there, which was a Christmas present from me from Brother Wayne Gucci. And I pulled me a little bit right there side between my biscuit and my quail, and I sopped that syrup with that biscuit. I'm telling you, man, that was awesome.
That makes me hungry just
everybody ain't got a neighbor like that. Everybody, and I'm gonna tell you, if you got a neighbor, you got a neighbor that you love, and you got a neighbor that you trust and you believe in, and you could give him the key to your house and be gone for a year, and when you come back, everything's just like it was. You blessed. So, and some of you folks out there listening in probably don't even know who your neighbor is, and that's sad. Especially some of you folks up there in Boston or up there on what Martha's Vineyard or somewhere like. Cause you know if Obama's your neighbor up there, you know who he is. Cause you got all them Secret Service agents and bodyguards and helicopters and limousines all around everywhere, and jet planes everywhere. But down here, we got good neighbors down here. We live in the greatest place in the world right here, y'all. Right here in Southwest Georgia, Miller County, Colquitt, Georgia.
Guys, it's that time again. Floyd's short list books and definitions, and it is being brought to us tonight in exclusivity and perpetuity by Berry Hill Auctioneers, Mr. T.C. Berry Hill out of Copper Mountain, Colorado, and we appreciate him, appreciate all of his support of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Floyd's short list books and definitions brought to us tonight by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Take it away, Floyd.
Exclusively by Berry Hill Auctioneer. I'm gonna tell y'all I'm gonna tell y'all some Saudi Arabia stories one night, but that's how I met TC when he was over there working. I got a pretty good short list tonight on y'all, and I'm gonna go light on the Pentecostals tonight. I ain't got but one Pentecostal today. It is a good one. It's a dang good one, y'all. I think it is. I think it's good. I'm gonna start out kind of slow. I'm gonna reach a crescendo. That's how you work it. That's how you do it. Show business. And then at the end, you got to have the big at the end, the big splash at the end. So here we go. Here's one right here. Millennials that know what going steady means. What do you think, huh? They know. Y'all got you got some millennials that you associate with. Do they know what going steady means, Mark? It's class ring, swapping class ring. I don't know, dude.
Hey, we done talked about they don't know how to set in the car, ain't we, Floyd? When they court, they don't know how to set no car.
Here's another one right here. Better ways to waste your money than to donate to the Democrat Party. So if you got money you want to totally waste, donate it to the Democrat Party. Donate it. Yeah. Here's another right here. People that can waste more taxpayers' money than the Democrat Party. Name them. Who can waste more? They was up there. They just had a big deal in Washington up there. The Congress, even the Senate or the Congress, one of the other. I don't know. They both just alike, and both of them are completely dysfunctional. They just voted on a bill to make it. What was that bill? I sent you that thing, Marvin. I can't tell you, but it's about
Hair
discriminating.
color.
Yeah, hair, people's hair. It's illegal to discriminate against people's hair. And I'm thinking to myself, people can wear their hair any way they want to. I see people who got pink hair, green hair, orange hair. I don't care. It don't bother me.
What
Some
they
of them
gonna
got
say
gray
about my
out.
hair, Floyd?
And again, what about all them ashes here? What about
Yeah,
all that?
what
That queen with the slick head. I don't
What they
care.
gonna say about my
What
hair?
about all these women that used to like Queen's grandma and have that hair all twisted up like
Wrapped
stand
up.
up about 3 foot on top of the head like Vestal Goodman and have about 4 cans. What was that hairspray? Aquanet.
Aquanet and bobby pins.
4 cans on that spray. I didn't care. That didn't bother me. They had to duck down to get in the automobile. Get down in the automobile like that. But they get in when they got in there, man, they were ready to roll. Let's go to church. I'm ready to hear the preacher. But I don't care. But they wasted time talking about making it illegal to discriminate against folks' hair. Who cares? Total waste of time. Here gas is $5 a gallon, diesel $5 a gallon, food going through the roof. Cities burning down. Folks, you can't even walk the streets of New York City without being scared you're gonna get knocked in the head and killed. But they're gonna waste time on that. That's my deal on the Democrat Party right there. People that can waste more money than the Democrat. People that can waste more taxpayer money. All right, let's go on here with it. People that can launder more money than a Democrat politician. Name one. The mafia can't launder more money than Joe and Hunter Biden. Ain't no way. They can't launder more. The mafia, they can't do it. Vito Corleone, they could not do it to launder more money that way. Here's another one. Here's better ways to waste jet fuel than by putting John Kerry, Kamala Harris, or Joe Biden on an airplane. Name a better way that you can waste jet fuel than putting them on an airplane somewhere. Ain't one. It wouldn't be as big a waste of money if you put a dead hog on there and flew him from New York to San Francisco. How about that?
Amen.
Just so y'all know. Here one like Pentecostal and Baptist preachers that have a 28-inch waistline.
I knew it was coming.
I'm reaching my crescendo now, Marvin. I think y'all easy now, y'all. Here we go. Pentecostal preachers that have a DVD of Brokeback Mountain. Hey, I'm fixing to be equal opportunity here now. Catholic priest that don't have a DVD of Brokeback Mountain. I don't know who they lost. All the Pentecostals and all the Catholics, they gone. And the Alabama State employees, they gone. We wiped them out early. Oh, man, have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth. Let's see. Yeah, it was people that are more out of touch with reality than movie stars, professional athletes, and Democrats. They're more detached from reality. They live in a world of unicorns and rainbows. They're the rainbow folks. Yeah. You try some of that rainbow on, see how good that gets you. Eat some of that rainbow stew. Drink some of that free bubble up. Here we go. I'm gonna ease it on down to you now. Here's one right here. This terrorist that Democrat politicians don't love and can find ways to give money to. We now talking about we're gonna give Iran what $90 more billion, whatever. And nobody knows what the figure's gonna be. I wonder if the big guy, Mr. Applesauce brains up there, gonna get his 10% from that. Like that last plane load of cash that him and Obama sent over there to the mullahs in Iran, because they couldn't take a check. That's what Mac Daddy said. Couldn't take a check, so we had to send them cash. All right, him a last one for tonight. I'm gonna have to end with what was that Elvis always used to end with? He ended with the grand finale. Here's my grand finale, Charlie. I want you to listen to this one. Baptist preachers that own fighting game roosters. Whoa, easy now, Marvin. Come on, Marvin.
Face turned a little red on
What you
that.
think, Charlie?
Look at it.
How many of them are there around?
They very few and far between.
They about
I
like
know some though.
the Brokeback Mountain DVD, ain't it?
All right,
That's it for tonight. That's it for tonight. That's all I got. That's
Charlie,
all.
take us home.
Brother Tom Anderson, who is retired minister, and I know Marvin knows Brother Tom through the years, have known the name at least, right?
Oh, yeah.
He I've heard Brother Tom preach many times, and in a revival one night at Kinsey Baptist Church, he told about his life years ago, and he used to be into the game chickens pretty good up in South Carolina where he came from. So there's a few out there, not
Okay.
that many, Floyd, but there's a
It's a
few.
short list. It's a
There's a
short
short
list.
list. Pray for Ukraine. Pray for the knowledge of the people of this country to know to actually pray for Ukraine and the people of Ukraine, and get out of your mind that Putin is the reason we got gas at $5 a gallon. He ain't the only reason. And all you Democrats that think that need to do some research.
Buy me a tank of gas. Y'all buy me a tank of gas. If y'all
Yeah,
think that, send me enough money to buy a tank of gas with. I'll
yeah,
thank you.
that I will too. But pray for Ukraine and pray for the leaders, even if you don't like them, of this nation, the states, wherever you were watching tonight, and local officials, even city managers, mayors, council people, commissioners, fire chiefs, police
That's right.
chiefs. Everybody needs it right now. I'm not queasy. I'm as uncomfortable as I've ever been in my surroundings. And it's not necessarily right where I am, it's my surroundings and watching what's happening around the world and seeing so many people in this nation that was built on godly principles being nonchalant and being so out of tune with what is actually going on. It concerns me. Pray about it. Pray for one another and love one another. And with that, Floyd, it's yours.
Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, man, good to be with y'all again tonight. We had a little bit of fun tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it made you laugh a little bit. Hope it made you think a little bit. And this is what we are. This is who we are and what we are. And if you got a problem, the only thing I can tell you, don't watch us no more. Tune us out. But we don't mean nobody no harm. We don't tell nothing but the truth. That's all it is. And when we quit telling the truth, when we have to quit telling the truth, that's when we're gonna fold the tent and stay and stay in the house on Saturday night, or go eat out or do something. But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all being with us. We hope if we offended y'all that you don't take it personal. But if you offended, that's not our problem. That's your problem. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all watching us. Thank you for this country that we live in. Pray for our leaders. Pray for the people who are in charge of this country that good sense will come upon them and that they'll lead in a way that that this country was designed to be. So anyway, that's my sermon for tonight. I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all know what to stand for. Y'all know what to believe. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all my buddies. Good night, y'all. Queasel.
Thank you, Floyd. I'm right there with you. I agree 100%. Thank y'all so much for letting us come in and spend a little bit of time with you. We appreciate it. It's a tremendous honor for us. We got a lot of problems. We have a lot of problems going on. But when you see what's happening in Ukraine, we don't really have any problems. And so that just goes to show you, no matter how bad it is, it could always be worse. Let's pray for the people of Ukraine. Let's pray for each other. Let's learn how to live with each other and get along. If you don't know what to pray for forgiveness, pray for mercy, pray for this nation that was built on biblical, godly standards has turned completely away from. Pray that God will forgive us and that He'll show us mercy. That's what you can pray for. We've turned completely away from what we used to be. When I look on television and I see those women and those babies and those children over there, I sat out there tonight and I just started crying. I couldn't help it. It just broke my heart. Let's pray. Let's pray that something happens for good. And I want to leave y'all with a quote. Marvin and I, we were talking a while ago, joking about the trip, but Marvin and I went off to a leadership school for city and county government, and it was, they're talking about leading in when things ain't good, and now things ain't good. When you lead in these kind of times, you make unpopular decisions. Whatever they are, they're going to be unpopular one way or the other. But there was one of the speakers, and I didn't get his name, but when he said it just rang the bell, and it rang the bell with me, from a fire chief to a church to a mayor to a governor to a county commissioner to the president of the United States. Whoever is in leadership position, whoever is in that leadership role, listen to this, and it's the truer words that have ever been spoken. I don't know if I ever heard them. Here's my quote for tonight. Anybody can steer the ship through calm waters, but it takes a real captain to steer it through a storm. Go ahead, Marvin.
That's good stuff right
Good
there.
stuff.
Guys,
Yeah.
thank y'all for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. I want to give a big shout out to Miss Sherry Newberry, the winner of our very first trivia contest. Stay tuned next week. We'll be right back with another trivia contest. I have another question for you to answer, and you'll have a chance to win a Dirt Road Sports Charlie Platt mug that you can drink your coffee out of. I want to give you a big reminder. Once again, don't forget next Saturday, March 26th, Blakely, Georgia, Peanut Proud Festival. I know they'd love to have you, and I know you will have a large time. Guys, we appreciate you joining us tonight, us into your homes. Don't forget, you know what tomorrow is, Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. So I'm going to encourage you to give Him your due. If it's where you can go to church, Sunday school. If not, join online, get on television. Give the Lord what He is owed tomorrow. It is His day. I want to encourage you to do that. Our scripture for the day, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. Guys, we hope you have a blessed week. We'll be back same time, same place next week. We hope you have a good week. We hope you keep looking up to the Lord. We hope you keep trusting in God. We hope you keep doing some act of kindness to somebody, showing them you and the love of God in your life or through your life to someone else. We appreciate all of you. Guys, no matter what you do, don't ever forget this in all that you do. Always be protected. Good night, guys. We love y'all.
Good night.
Yeah.